Let's take a little dive into psychology and get into Carl Jung. I'm sure most people have seen the movie John Wick or the entire series. I look at the kill count in the first movie. I think there was something like 77 people were killed by John Wick. Okay? Nobody batted an eyelash. People were cheering on human death. But yet when the puppy died, everybody was up in arms. That was a bad thing, right? And from a psychology perspective, that's an interesting thing. People have become numb to human death because you've been force-fed your freaking shadow every day. Every day, every day, every day, we're being force-fed our shadows on social media and everything else. You're seeing death, and you don't want to admit that that's what you're capable of doing. But yet, it's been normalized. People look at human death and they're not bothered by it anymore. People look at homeless and they can step over the homeless. It's all been normalized. Have a listen to Jordan Peterson discuss your shadow. You've heard the phrase, scared of your own shadow? Well, people have been made to be afraid of their own shadows. That's the reality. And once you understand what the shadow is, you're going to understand what I'm getting at. Made to be afraid of your own shadows. Again, every day, every day, every day, people are being force-fed their own shadow. And you're being made to be afraid of your own shadow. People can get online into video games and the first-person shooters, kill whatever they want, and they can actually act out their shadow in a virtual environment. This is where things get really interesting in psychology. Let's have a listen to Jordan Peterson describe the shadow.
Jung didn't believe that you could be a good person until you realized your capacity for evil. I don't mean acted it out in the world.
But understand that it's possible.
Well, not only understand it, but then to bring it under your control. You see, because there's a big difference between someone who's naive and is a good person. They're naive, they're a good person because they can't not be. They're like a domesticated house cat. There's nothing, they don't even have the capacity to be bad. So there's no morality in that. The morality comes when you're a monster and you can control it. And that's the Jungian encounter with the shadow. So Jung said, for example, that the roots of the shadow go all the way down to hell. And what he meant by that is that if you start to understand who you are, then you understand the Nazis. It's terrifying to realize that, which is why it's terrifying to realize the shadow, which is why people don't do it.